very special broadcast. It is 9 minutes after 7. It is Thursday, the 30th of July. So tonight on Talk at 7, we are rolling out the red carpet for an exclusive listening party of African Breyani. This is a highly anticipated collaborative album by South African vocalist and composer Dr. Natalie Rungan and acclaimed Ghanaian pianist and composer Victor Dey Jr. The album officially releases tomorrow, but we want to give you a sneak peek into this incredible collaboration. Now, I do want to let you know that we have a very special live studio audience with us today. So if I can get my live studio audience to give us a big round of applause. Good evening. Yes. Woo. That is a wonderful live studio audience, I can tell you that. Now, African Breyani is more than just an album. It's a musical meeting of cultures, blending the rich sounds, stories, and rhythms of South Africa. Throughout the evening, we'll take you behind the music, exploring the inspiration behind the album and the creative process as well. We'll also hear exclusive tracks from the album. So, without much further ado, good evening and welcome Dr. Natalie Rungan.
Evening, Shaastra. It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you so much. And then we also made special arrangements to have Ghanaian pianist and composer Victor Dey Jr. Good evening, Victor. I think we have a slight delay with Victor. We're trying to get Victor back. But Natalie, before we head to Victor, tell us a little bit about your musical journey. I remember interviewing you some time ago when I started, a little bit after I started at Lotus FM. So you've been in industry, your name is so known, but tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got into it, and what makes music just so important to you?
Well, I actually started singing, my mom tells me, when I was about 4.
Oh.
And I have to believe her because obviously I don't remember it. But she said that I sang around the house and obviously did the hairbrush thing at some point in my life, but it was church. My father was a drummer and one of the members of a very popular dance band, the Raiders. He was one of the founding members.
Right.
Which many people still know about.
Yes.
And our lives, my brother and I, were surrounded by music, going to rehearsals. Our home was always filled with musicians. So I think it was an inevitable path, but I didn't think that I would consciously do this as a career. So in school, it's what I did, it's what I gravitated towards, and then I studied at university and I'm here.
Okay, and so then, you know, did you have the Indian parent thing of you need to go law, medicine, engineering, or they were like, yes, go for music?
I think I was a very decisive child. Because I'm sure that they had those thoughts, but they didn't voice it at any point to me. But they certainly voiced it in the behind the scenes to family members, like, when is Natalie going to get a job? But I think they were just like all parents are, concerned that you won't be able to make any living from it. But they were always supportive because my family was involved in music. So I'm thankful for that.
Beautiful. Victor, I do believe that we have you on the line. Good evening, Victor. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Victor, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your journey into music, and how we have gotten to this point where we're streaming you in from Ghana and, you know, about to release your music.
Well, at the very beginning, if I'm honest, I preferred video games and cartoons to any.
Okay.
The talent for my dad. He was the piano player and he wanted to be a full-time classical musician, but it turned out that he couldn't realize his dream and he became a diplomat instead. So he always had some musical instruments around the house, and he got my brothers and I a teacher from conservatory when I was very young. And I think I started with her when I was 4 or 5, but I was very disinterested for, I don't know, the better part of a year or 2. And then I started to, like it for myself. So then I would try to play some of my brother's classical pieces. And then I loved the sound of pop music and reggae because my mom liked reggae and my father liked a little jazz. So I liked that as well. So I got my first gig playing in a reggae band with one of my brothers when I was 12 or 13. But that was very easy because just vibe to the chops, then left all the heavy lifting to the big boys, and I was just, holding it down in the background. I didn't find jazz properly until I was like 19 or 20, and I walked into a club in Accra, in Ghana, and I saw a trio of musicians playing this heavy music that I would only hear in movies, and then that's when I realized, okay, that's what I need to be doing, nothing else. So that put me into the world of jazz, and I was very lucky in the beginning to have never played with any of my peers. I was always playing with musicians that far knowledgeable to me. It's still the case pretty much these days, but at least I learned a lot from these musicians, and I think I never looked back after that.
All right, wonderful. It seems like 4 is a bit of the trending age to see when you have a little bit of a musical, what's the word, spark, shall we say?
Shall we go back in time for you?
No, definitely not. I can tell you from now, you don't want to hear any of that. So, Natalie, how would you describe your personal style? Is it just jazz? Is there more to it? Or tell us a little bit more about it, and what influenced your musical style?
Breyani is the perfect example of all my musical taste, because there isn't really
it's
one.
Everything all together.
It's not everything. There's punk is one thing I can say I've never gotten into, but there's
no Green Day,
no, but there's so many styles of music, and good music is good music regardless of the style. And I think I've been open-minded to explore a lot, but my gravity was jazz because it just allowed for all the other styles to be included, and I think that's why I chose that style. But I'm definitely more soulful, and I'm drawn to those type of sounds when I write and when I listen.
Right.
So I think that's kind of, somebody called me a long time ago, burnt honey was the description of my voice and my music.
Yeah, I was going to ask, if you're going for that soul, because you have that deep, beautiful voice. And
we try.
It just kind of goes with it. Like, I have to go down to try and get that burnt honey thing going. It's not even anywhere near that. I mean, Victor, for you, tell us a little bit about your musical style as well, and what were some of those influences for you that shaped you?
For me, because of my dad and mom and brothers, they had very diverse musical tastes. So I liked everything so long as, there was something nice that I could latch onto. So the style wasn't really an issue. There just had to be something nice in it for me. A nice melody, nice harmony, so a nice rhythm or something insanely fast or like very slow, or right in the middle. And I mean, I could go on and on and on. It really doesn't matter. It's just that there must be something nice for me, something for me to latch on to, and I'm in.
Okay, all right. Now, the title of the album, African Breyani, a very tantalizing title, right? So how did the two of you end up in this dish together? And talk to us about the title as well. What inspired that?
Indian movie. I was watching some Indian movie and I was missing the trees. Remember the Indian movies that had the trees and the dances around the trees? And they don't have that anymore in the modern Indian movies. And I think I was just listening to it, and I watch movies very differently. I think I absorb a lot that I don't know at the time. And then I went to it and I was actually thinking about, but more Africa, and how diverse the continent is, but how similar we are in some ways. And I thought it's kind of like a biryani, because biryani has all these different spices that come together.
Yes.
And it makes this really beautiful dish that we all love, but the spices on their own taste horrible, some of them. They really, like ilachi. Imagine you like biting into, it's horrible. But when you cook them together and when they are blended, there's something so amazing that comes out of it in this dish that not just Indians enjoy, but everybody enjoys eating biryani. And I thought, well, I want my music to be that. I want this type of music and this album to be something that not just a particular, population enjoys or people that gravitate towards jazz but people in general like the music.
Beautiful. Now, how would you describe the album to someone who hasn't heard a single note yet? And nobody's heard a notice yet. It's going to be released tomorrow, so we're getting a pre-listen this evening. So how would you describe it to us? And we're going to play it soon, so we don't have to wait too long. But how would you describe it?
The easiest term, Pan-African. It's got a little bit of South Africa, it's got a little bit of Ghana, it's got a little bit of gospel, it's got a little bit of pop. It has a lot of everything. It's got a lot of love in it.
Okay, Victor, for you, how would you describe it to someone who hasn't heard it? We're waiting to hear it, we're anticipating it. How would you describe it to us?
Well, I have only 2 words, but it's a word, and I'll say it in a very Ghanaian way. Mix.
Mix. Okay, that sounds beautiful. So I was actually going to ask you if there was a particular moment or an experience that sparked it. But like you said, it was the movie, right? You were looking for the trees. Is there something else that you'd like to add?
Oh, you mean the album itself?
Yes, the album itself.
So that's the story, and we're going to make everybody wait until the end of this program to actually hear that song, because that's the reason why the album existed. But in 2018, Victor came to Makanda, which is Grahamstown, for the first time for the Grahamstown Festival, for the National Youth Jazz Festival.
Okay.
And I didn't know him from a bar of soap. I was listening in the back where all the artists sit, and we were listening to this band play where Marcus Wyatt was the leader of. And I heard the song, and it was the first time in my life that a song grabbed me, but in a way that it haunted me. And I remember Bruce was with me, so I was walking out, and when I'm in that space, he knows don't talk to me because I'm in my head. And the song just went on and on and on in my head. And then thankfully, Victor is friends and colleagues with a mutual friend, Bernard Aissa. So I sent Bernard a message and said, listen, guy, you got to put me in touch with this musician, Victor Dey Jr., because his song is in my head. This was a week later, and It was still in my head. So fast forward to 2024, they came back to Makanda for the National Youth Jazz Festival, and I saw Victor, and I said, you remember that song, man? Let's do something about it. And at the end of the year, I wrote the lyrics for She Didn't Choose Me, which is Victor's song, but changed the pronoun to He Didn't Choose Me.
Ah, okay, all right. And so talk to us a little bit about the process of this album, in terms of writing music, lyrics, that kind of thing. Just take us through it a bit.
So, for the first time, I think, in a long time, I was very open to somebody getting into my creative space. So I wrote a lot of the songs and used to send them to Victor at the most ungodly times, normally like when he was asleep, and said, are you awake? Are you awake? Are you awake? Here's a song. Here's the melody. Here's the lyrics. What chords are you hearing over this? So that was the kind of exchange that we had. And then there were some songs where I would nag him. I was like, no, you got to write something. And Happy Spaces was one of those songs where he was taking forever and ever, because it's his process of just, he's got to be in that space. And a day before we recorded, he's like, okay, it's ready. And then I was like, oh, thanks, gee. And I had to write lyrics for that.
So I'm guessing you work way in ahead, and he's the day before type of person, and then...
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm a planner, but I also like knowing what's coming up. So, so I think we did that, and we found a space to work together.
Okay, beautiful. Victor, tell us a little bit about your experience going into Grahamstown and then hearing from this South African lady who loves this song of yours and then wants to work with you. What was that like for you? What did you think about that?
Well, in the very beginning, I treated it like every other request to work together. A lot of people say, yeah, we should do something, and then nothing happens. But this one was persistent. And Are you awake? As he said before. And then I was like, okay, if she means business, then she won't leave me alone until we do this thing. So we're going to do it.
So you weren't joking about that, Natalie. Are you awake?
Oh, no. It was no joke.
All right, perfect. Well, I think before we take in the first song, what can we expect emotionally throughout the album? Is there a general sort of emotional theme that runs through it? Are we going to be taken through some highs, some lows? What can we? Is it also a Breyani of emotions?
Totally.
Okay.
But you're going to feel like you went through a washing machine of emotions, and you're going to come out happy.
Okay, all right. So, yes, Victor?
So, I have nothing to add.
Good man.
Okay, he's worried he's going to get some phone calls. Are you awake? Are you awake? I need to talk about this. All right, so our first track today, you've heard of the phrase Christmas in July. So we're playing a song called Just Like Christmas. Would you like to introduce it?
Oh, this is just like Christmas. It has zero to do with Christmas itself. And when you listen to the lyrics, so pay attention to the lyrics and you'll understand why.
Okay, are we ready to hear the first track, ladies and gents? Yes. That was our first track, Just Like Christmas. Can we ask who he is that smiles like Christmas?
No. Okay, all right. Maybe next time.
We're going to go to a quick ad break. You're listening to Talk at 7. We'll be back after this. Yes, this is Lotus FM. It's 29 minutes to 8. A very good evening to you. This is Talk at 7. My name is Shaastra, keeping you company this evening. And we are here with a live studio audience for a very special broadcast for the exclusive listening party of African Breyani. This is a highly anticipated collaborative album by South African vocalist and composer Dr. Natalie Rungan and acclaimed Ghanaian pianist and composer Victor Dey Jr. The official album releases tomorrow, but we are giving you a sneak peek into this incredible collaboration. So our next track, I think we can go into it shortly, and we would love to know a little bit more about the collaborative process between yourself and Victor. We're trying to bring together two cultures here. So I'd love to know how you help to bridge that gap between the two cultures. So I'll hear from both of you about this. So it's shall we say, a South African and a Ghanaian culture and traditional music and how that works?
So I don't think there was a gap because it was jazz. And the common ground between the both of us was definitely jazz. So I heard in Victor's playing, things that I thought would definitely suit the style. And I don't think either one of us was conscious or that the music was contrived. It just came and we thought, let's work with what's there. Whatever happens, happens. So that was basically the process was, I think, mutual respect. That we both were artists in our own right and we both had experience, and let's see what comes out.
And were you mostly working together from countries apart, or did you have some time together?
Oh, we definitely had time together. So Victor came here in 2025, that's last year, right?
Yeah.
For the KZN Schools Jazz Festival. And during that time, so jazz is, one of my friends says jazz is the way we listen, and I think it's both. The jazz is the way we listen, but also the way we think. And I often say to Bruce, I'm a jazz person through and through. I can make anything out of nothing if it exists. So with this, it was just, let's make it happen. And we got him here. We literally had like 3 days in studio in Durban.
Wow.
Got the musicians in studio, recorded what we could, went back to Ghana in May, did a recording session there, and I went, I think, once after that and completed it.
In Ghana?
And then, in Ghana.
Oh, wonderful.
And then the album was here.
What was the experience like in Ghana for you compared to South Africa?
Feels like home.
Okay.
Hence I said, same, exactly.
Okay.
It just feels like home. The people are very similar. The climate is very similar, except the humidity. And Durbanites who are in studio, we do not know what humidity is. I got off the plane I got off the plane. I remember it was like a 10 o'clock flight in the evening, and I met Ghanaian humidity in Accra. I thought,
Were you
oh
swimming?
my word. No, yeah, your hair does not stay straight.
Okay, all right. And then, Victor, same question for you. Was it just as easy as Natalie is saying now? Was there that similarity in the African cultures and musical traditions and the universality of jazz?
Totally. And for the South African musicians, Riley, I knew already from years before. Prince I knew of, and so it didn't feel like there was any gap, to be bridged. The fighting was between Natalie and myself. You have this here. Why? And I'm like, yep, I like it.
Okay,
That's
all right.
good.
I can tell it must have been very interesting to be a fly on the wall in the studio with the two of you, or even in the creative process.
He is not innocent, just to let you know this. No,
So you
he's
mean
just
this is
playing
just a facade?
Absolutely, no. He's not innocent.
All right. So, okay, we know that, of course, in any working relationship, you'll have, a couple of differences and, okay, no, I want this here, no, you want this there. Tell me a little bit about what you learned from each other.
Silence. Silence is the key to getting what you need when you need it. No, I think I learned, again, to be open-minded, and I think that was a huge lesson for me, is to allow somebody to have entry into that space and to hear within a different context than I'm hearing. But Victor's really, really talented, and he can hear such beautiful harmonies in the thing. So it wasn't difficult to do that at all.
All right. And Victor, for you, any particular thing that stood out for you, something that you learned from Natalie?
Sure, it was the first time that I actually got to work on music with somebody that sings but also writes lyrics, but also listens and hears all of the music. So that was a refreshing experience.
Beautiful. Is he saying you do too many things?
He's trying to say he's impressed, but he's not really saying the words out loud.
Okay, all right. We'll say it for him, but we can hear what he's saying there. All right, so let's take in our second track this evening. I'll give you both a chance to say something about the track as well. It's called Don't Rush Love.
He can say that he wrote the intro of the song.
Okay, Victor, take it away.
Well, I wrote the intro of the song 2 minutes before recording. And for the overdubs for this one, because of the mood of the song, I told the recording engineer friend, Kofi, let's wait. Let the sun come down, let everywhere be dark. We put some warm lighting on, and then we see what we come up with. And then that's what we came up with, is what you're about to hear. So enjoy.
All right, this one is called Don't Rush Love. You're listening to Talk at 7. We have an exclusive listening party for African Breyani this evening. Enjoy the track.
Feelings arise sprinkles my heart where the song, like sunlight that kisses raging seas. I know that this love was meant to be. Don't rush love. Oh my heart. Don't rush love. Let it start.
Don't Rush Love. Beautiful. Natalie, take us a little bit behind that song. And, well, it's a little self-explanatory, but it's meaning as well.
Oh, it definitely has meaning. I think that, you know, when I reflect on love, and I like writing about love, and especially a lot of the Netflix sitcoms that you see, these, you know, it's like microwave. Everything is like microwave. Meet, kiss, fall in love, fall out of love, end of story.
Yes.
And I think that life kind of is like that sometimes, that it's not just love that we rush, but it's life that we rush. Because of social media and a lot of that, everything's vying for our attention. It's very difficult to stay in a moment. And I think with love especially, that is necessary, to be in a moment with a person, in a moment with an experience, to really feel and know what that love is all about.
Beautiful. I just want to remind everyone that we are also live on Facebook. We are streaming with a beautiful crew with us as well. So it's quite a different radio broadcast, Natalie, for us actually.
It's a Breyani.
It is a complete Breyani because we also have Victor on screen, then we're on screen. So while we're doing a radio broadcast, we're also looking at different screens at the moment. So if you want to see all the different things that we are dealing with at the moment, you can go on to Lotus FM's Facebook page and you can find us there and check out what we are up to. So Victor, any comments on that particular track for you? On Don't Rush Love?
No, I said everything I have to say already.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
So I remember, we actually have somebody very special in our studio audience today, and it's the engineer that mixed that song. And she was in LA at the time because she's based in LA, and that's Rhiannon de Klerk, who's sitting in the front row of this studio audience. And I remember when Rhiannon mixed it and she sent it back and she's like, who's responsible for the sexiness in this song? So there was a moment because I was like, and it was completely unintentional,
Can
trust
we
me.
put her on the spot, actually?
100%. There you go. Hey, Rhiannon.
Hi, how's it going?
You still sound South African.
All right, tell us a little bit about your involvement in process and how did you end up, did you fly down specifically for this?
Yes.
We'll just say yes.
Of course, absolutely. This album kind of just fell in my lap in a really special way. I grew up in Durban watching Natalie all the way from her student recitals at University of Natal, Durban at the time. And she was always just a wonderful person in my life. And as she got out of college and I got out of school, our age gap got closer and she became more of a colleague. And we always drifted around in these parallel realms and would sometimes maybe share a stage and never really collaborated on anything. And I think she's in LA, and she just felt drawn to pull me to this album, and it was really just such a wonderful, wonderful experience for me.
That's beautiful. Did you have blue hair then too?
I was going to say.
It was blue hair.
Yes.
Definitely that would have caught your eye, Natalie. Okay, all right. And then also we have very special people in the audience this evening, but we also have, I see the Blazers in the back. Can you give us a bit more information on our students that we have in the audience?
Those are my children.
Yeah.
They're from Durban High School.
Okay.
Where I teach music. Plug Durban High School Music Department. You're supposed to scream, children. You can actually do that in this audience.
Noise! There we go.
But they're here, and they were very much a part of this process. They've met Victor, and he's worked with them. So they are all music students, and they love music.
Oh.
So they've been waiting very patiently for this album to drop, actually.
Okay, beautiful. So are we talking like playing instruments, singing,
Oh,
everything?
no. So in our program, I think things that we focus on. It's all more instrumental program, and we have a jazz program.
Okay.
We have a jazz band, and all instruments that are included in that are taught. Our most popular instrument, guess? It's boys' school.
Guitar?
Drums.
Drums, okay.
Drums. So we have a
right.
lot of drummers.
That
and-
makes sense too.
yeah.
I thought maybe for serenading the girls.
No.
Guitar? No.
They're not at that age where they want to serenade
Okay,
girls
all
yet.
right. Okay, maybe after they watch Mohabbat, they'll want to play the violin a little bit as well. Okay, that might be the case. And then I do also want to encourage our studio audience, if you do have any questions for Natalie or for Victor, you can just give me a wave and we'll be happy to get a roving mic to you and we'll get them those questions. So you can do that at any point in time. We do have a live studio audience for those who are listening at home or in their cars. It is 14 minutes to 8 and this is Talk at 7 for a very special broadcast this evening. And if you want to see what is going on, you can log on to Facebook and our Lotus FM page and you can see us live on screen. Right, so you took us a little bit behind the scenes with the recording process. Well, like a tiny bit, right? You're telling us a little bit about the, I have an idea, wake up. Take us through it a little bit more of a deep dive. What is the process like? Is it you hear a tune in your head, you write the lyrics, do the lyrics come to you first? How does it happen? How do you collaborate?
So for this one, the songs that I wrote, of course, I wrote the melody and then the lyrics came. But it was, and I don't know which came first. There was no egg and chicken process here.
Okay,
it just happened.
okay, yes.
But with Victor's songs, I heard the melody and I think I took it as not a task, but something of a challenge because, it sometimes takes quite a while to write lyrics to somebody else's songs because you've got to literally be in their space and in their mind. And Victor, if you haven't gauged from the little that he said, is not very forthcoming with the information of what's going on in his mind. So I had to really pull and draw. And if he gave me one word on a song, it was a lot.
Wow.
It was like kinda and okay. So I had to, and then the song that I mentioned twice now, Happy Spaces, was so melodically challenging that I had to really go over lyrics and go. But the turnaround time was really good because it would take me a few hours to do this, which for me was like, yay. So it was really like a musical challenge for me to get to that space. So when he would send and Urban Safari is the other one that was really difficult because it's not like when I write, singers write more melodically.
Okay.
in terms of, the lines are more simple because we're hearing in different ways, and he would hear intervals and intervallically like a pianist would play.
Right.
So to fit lyrics over that was incredibly difficult at first, but, it worked.
Okay, and Victor, for you, talk to us about the creative process and collaborating with Natalie and, how that went for you.
If I'm honest, I had very little to do because the songs that I put forward, apart from Happy Spaces that I promised to write for her some time back, and I was busy. That was what, took my time, and I didn't want to force it or rush it. That's why I finished at the last moment, because a little experience has taught me that with these things, when you rush them, you get something that you're not very happy with at the end of the day, and you're like, oh shoot, I should have done this, I could have done that. That's why I just allowed it to breathe until it all came to me, and then it all came to me very quickly, and then it was done. But for the other songs, some of my pre-existing music, I just needed to change the thing here or there, because normally I perform that music with at the very least one horn player, usually 2 or 3, and so then I had to dial things back a little bit so that it would be nice for the singer, and also give it a bit of a different vibe, because I didn't want to play something that I was already playing and comfortable with on a new project. So yeah, that was just a little work. And for Natalie's tunes, I just had to listen and, okay, chip in here, chip in there, maybe a bridge here, an intro there, an outro there. But the meat and bones of the music was all her stuff. So yeah, I think that was my process.
Victor, do you have a particularly favorite track on the album? Are you allowed to pick favorites?
They all say something, different. I feel like cheating if I said this one or that one was my favorite. They're all nice in their own respective ways.
Is there one that you find yourself humming a little bit more or that stays in your head?
Yeah. All of them.
I thought I could trick him, Natalie. It didn't work. All right. Our next track is going to be, we can call it the title track of the album.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Are we ready for this?
African Breyani?
Yes. Are they ready for it? Oh, so Africa, I must tell them, and all is really a Breyani, because we recorded this in Durban at my very good friend Ernie Smith's studio, and it's great to have a friend like Ernie Smith. I say this, I'm saying it on air, Smith, just remember this, because when you have friends that are the caliber of, the likes of Ernie Smith, you can phone him and say, Ernie, I need guitars. I don't have money. Can you play? And he did. So Ernie played guitars on this.
Beautiful.
And it's Prince Bulo on bass, Riley Gyandari, and Victor on piano. And this is the Breyani.
All right, this is the African Breyani, the title of the album. Here it is.
Myself in a land of diversity, all around I see so many cultures, so many languages, our symphony. Every facet has a story to tell. Every heart a song that sings so well. Underneath the stars, underneath the moon, underneath the sky, we will find our light. Underneath the stars, underneath the moon, underneath the sky, we will find our light. Ba-da-dum, so well. Underneath the stars, underneath the moon, underneath the sky, we will find our light. Underneath the stars, underneath the moon, underneath the sky, we will find our light. Banano, banano, African Breyani. Banano, banano, African Breyani. Saris, colorful beaver, fabric of history. Every stitch, every hue, rhythms of tapestry. Kuchu amasi, curry and roti, food that feels like home. This is our heritage, our freedom, Africa, my home. Banano, banano, African Breyani. 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 Banano, 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 African Breyani. Banano, banano, African Breyani.
Wow, I think everybody enjoyed African Breyani. What a beautiful, uplifting song, and the lyrics
you.
are incredible.
Thank you.
It actually make me hungry. I think you've already accommodated. Yes, that's a treat for our live studio audience.
It's a happy song. Our country is a happy country at the best of times. So I think it's very aptly titled and produced. In that
Yes,
way.
it's wonderful. I think I really enjoyed some of the lyrics that you added, and it was just really uplifting.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think, can we also get any comment from the audience, or if you want to give us a shout about what you thought about that track? I think also a shout out to your family, who I saw jamming as well.
I pay them to come to these events.
They were singing word for word. Good evening, Roshan.
Hi, evening, Natalie and
Evening.
Shaastra and everybody here on this cold, wintry Durban. It's good to have some African Breyani, and I don't want to be the ilachi in the Breyani, as we call it, but it's an awesome rendition, a lot of fusion, And even with your first track, Natalie, amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, beautiful. That was Roshan Lil Ratan.
There's a question here.
We have one more comment coming through. We're going to have to head to news shortly, so we'll give
Yeah.
a short comment right in the front here, Keshav.
Thank you very much, Natalie. It's great being here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you,
You know,
Dennis.
I'm seeing this song from a different perspective. Yes, the African Breyani, but I'm seeing it in the context of what is happening right now in our country. And this song actually can be a unifier, bringing together peoples of Africa.
Absolutely.
Bringing together peoples of Africa, whether you're from Ghana, whether you're from Malawi, whether you're from Nigeria, or wherever, South Africa, but come together like a delicious biryani and live life.
Yeah.
That is my take on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So beautiful, sir.
Definitely.
Your name as well?
This is Les Govender.
Les. Thank you so much. All right, you are listening to Talk at 7 on Lotus FM. My name is Shaastra Nagesar. I'm joined by Dr. Natalie Rungan as well as Victor Dey Jr. We'll continue with the listening party after news at 8 o'clock. Skumbuzo has the details for you.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yes. 1.
Show me the way to the happy spaces where all the magic we felt that day will take us back to where our hearts were young and free and danced in love's first light. Follow me now to the happy spaces where love replaces what pain had taken, and the peace we find together guides us like a compass finds its north. Now can you see in a happy little place, love is standing face to face with the possibilities that comes when we start to believe that a love like ours can be so much more than what we see. Take my hand, walk with me, come with me. Soon we will be in a happy place, my love, you and me, still young and free, dancing like nobody's watching us. Now in a happy place. I know the way to the happy spaces where love is real and the heart still races, and the joy I found in you will carry me my life through, taking me back to you. Carry me my life through, it's taking me back to you. Now in a world where everything is moving faster than we ever can pretend, I feel the rhythm that she bends, playing softly. Then suddenly the shadows that were overtaking me dissolve. I step into the unknown. I'm chasing what I can't ignore. Through neon skies I hear her calling out my name, enticing me to dream again. She guides me through the urban blend as I find my way. Every step is taking me a little closer to the end, and love dispels what fortune sells. Time will tell how this ends in my own magical safari. Now in a world where everything is moving faster than we ever can pretend, I feel the rhythm that she bends, playing softly. Then suddenly the shadows that were overtaking me dissolve. I step into the unknown. I'm chasing what I can't ignore. Through neon skies I hear her calling out my name, enticing me to dream again. She guides me through this open blend as I find my way. Every step is taking me a little closer to the end, and love dispels what fortune sells. Time will tell how this ends in my own magical safari. Talking doesn't make much sense, it seems. Talking can break us, silence can save us. Talking doesn't always work. Talking can cause hurt. Talking doesn't make much sense, it seems. So we each live happily, knowing well the other sees. It's just better to know that you know I know. Oh, yeah. Better, don't better, oh, better, better, oh, better, better, oh, better,
Beautiful triple play of songs there. You're listening to on Lotus FM. A very good evening to you if you're just tuning in. It is 20 minutes after 8. It is Talk at 7. My name is Shaastra Nagesar, and this evening we have a very interesting broadcast for you. So tonight we're rolling out the red carpet for an exclusive listening party of African Breyani. This is a highly anticipated collaborative album by South African vocalist and composer Dr. Natalie Rungan and acclaimed Ghanaian pianist and composer Victor Dey Jr. Tomorrow, but we are giving you a sneak peek into this incredible collaboration. So African Breyani is more than just an album. It's a musical meeting of cultures, blending the rich sounds, stories, and rhythms of South Africa and Africa. Throughout the evening, we'll take you behind the music, exploring the inspiration behind the album and the creative process as well. So thank you once again for joining us, Natalie.
My pleasure.
And Victor as well. Thank you for joining us. We did have a beautiful triple play of songs, which was Talking, Urban Safari, and Happy Spaces. Talk to us about those songs that we had a little bit of a long break. We have a wonderful live studio audience with us. I'm not sure if they can give me a round of applause. They do have full mouths at the moment. Yes, okay. Wonderful. Our live studio audience was being treated to a couple of snacks, so that was what was going on there.
They in happy spaces indeed.
Definitely. All right, so talk to us about the tracks that we just played.
Well, we heard Happy Spaces, and Happy Spaces was the one that I spoke about where Victor wrote it, and I literally had a day to write lyrics. And it's just very playful, and Victor, when he practices and when he writes, he gets into this almost, well, he liked cartoons, so it explains it, like a very childlike way of playing and interpreting music. So the song kind of sounded like that for me, for when we were younger and everything looked, you know, beautiful and innocent. So my lyrics were very much around that and built around it. But the song is certainly not easy. It's one of the most, I think, challenging songs on the album for me vocally.
Okay. And Victor, so of the three tracks that we heard, Happy Spaces, Urban Safari, Talking, I think, you know, during our little break, we saw you jamming.
Yeah, I was bobbing along to the music.
All right. Any favorites there for you? I know you don't like to choose, but any ones that you'd like to chat to us about, any particular tracks?
Do you want me to chat or you want me to name a favorite? I'm not
No, no,
following
no, no,
track.
no. I've given up on that now. I know you're not going to pick a favorite. But anything that you'd like to let us know about?
Sure. Happy Spaces was also last minute for me. And I just promised I would do it and I would get around to it. But I had so many things going on before I came to South Africa last year for the festival of DHS and also the recording that happened almost immediately after. So it was also, very last minute for me, but it came to me quite clearly, and then I wrote it down and forgot about it for a while because I think we recorded Happy Spaces in Accra, not in South Africa. And so I also had to, try and learn what it is that I wrote at the very last minute. And it wasn't super easy, but sometimes some of the best moments happen this way. And for the Urban Safari, that's a long story, but I'll give you the brief version. It has to do with very wild animals that I encountered face to face in Ethiopia one pleasant evening. I was visiting a friend, Raphael, and he came up to me and he's a very cute friend and asked, "Hey, Doc, you want to see Urban Safari tonight?" Sure, I see Urban Safari tonight. Let's go. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we're going to some zoo that some way somehow opens at night for Raphael and a special guest from Ghana. And so we went driving up the hill somewhere in Addis, and then he started pointing that I should look. And then that was like, I don't know if it's a pack, clan, whatever it is, whatever the name is, like a group of hyenas that were just, yes, ooh, indeed. They were just casually strolling around, and I'm like, hey, what is this? Why am I here? I look at these things on National Geographic, not in person. Let's go, take me home. So the encounter with, the hyenas up close and personal, of course, I didn't get out of the car. I wouldn't dare do that. But that encounter gave me an idea to write a tune that had, in the front, like some jazz-like, almost even bebop-ish lines, but in the background, it had to be Afrobeat for most of it. And at a certain point, it would go to a nice groove that you can bop to, bounce to, and then that's how the Urban Safari was born.
Beautiful. Yes, we like to keep the hyenas in Lion King, not where we can see them.
The lyrics had nothing to do with hyenas, I can tell you that much.
Okay. Natalie, tell us a little bit about deciding the final track list and also deciding on the flow of the album as well. Okay, was it a fight?
No, it was not a fight. It was, Victor, can you help me? No, that's not something that I get involved with. You can decide. It's like, no. So it was very prodding. And okay, but songs have moods. And so he used what he does with most things. And it's very scientific, actually. He used keys and moods. And then we kind of figured out. And it was actually good to have his input, I must say, because he identified things that I wouldn't. I'm very emotive in the way that I would choose order of songs and obviously the sound of it. But he said, well, if you sit in this key too long, then, people are going to they're not going to be able to hear the shift into the next song. So we definitely collaborated on that.
All right. Well, so far the audience and myself and hopefully everyone at home and in their cars or maybe working a late shift are loving the music.
Thank you.
So, I love the stories that you have to tell, particularly the lyrics as well in African Breyani. Talk to us about how important it is for African musicians to tell African stories.
Extremely important, and especially in this country because we have so many different stories, right? And I remember in COVID, I wrote an album called Caught in the Middle. And I think, sometimes no matter what your ethnicity, you find yourself caught in the middle of something. And I've always felt that I was caught in the middle of
our country, a middle of some experience or whatever. So my music is very much about my stories. And I think, early in my career, somebody said to me, actually it was a producer that said, you're going to struggle a lot because they can't classify your music. And at the time, I think I was very worried because I was young and I thought, oh no, that's bad because they need a section in a music shop to put my music in.
Yes.
And now I actually don't care because at some point in somebody's life, one of these songs is going to mean something to them because it actually documents the different spaces that I find myself in. And I think that as Africans, we all find ourselves in those spaces and we need to write those stories. And music has a way of communicating that nothing else can.
Right, and you're not limited to categories in a music store anymore.
Thank the Lord.
All right, Victor, same question about African musicians telling African stories.
Oof, I believe it's really important because in as much as we're trying to do what we can in our own corners, I believe that we could be doing and singing much more on the world stage. And I hope this comes to pass before I think some of us transition. I hope I get to see it in my lifetime. But it really is my dream that we can today hear music from South Africa, tomorrow it's Malawi, next day it's Nigeria, but it's all great, it's all good, and everybody digs it, vibes to it. I mean, that would be truly something special. And for me, right from the very beginning, because of my father and his line of work, I never planted my feet down anywhere for very long until I was like 14 years old. So it's not new for me to, interact, collaborate with new people from, different tribes, different races, different nationalities. It's still pretty much home for me. But I wish, more people could have more of this experience. And I think the world would be a much better place for it.
I just want to add something because it occurred to me that my students are here, and the voice of artists about their own African identities is very important in this context because, I found in the time that I was at Durban High School, the more I introduced my friends, and I'm just blessed with really good musicians that are my friends, and that say, when I ask them to come to our school and do workshops or come, play music for our kids, they do with such openness and open hearts. And the more that our children were exposed to that, the more that I found they loved it. And I remember growing up in school, and we were always told that everything on the other side, everything outside of Africa was better, it was superior, it was the thing that we should model after. And now I find that there's definitely a shift in that, especially with our kids around, that they gravitate more towards South African music, to African music. They're playing the music, they actually prefer it. And that's important.
Yeah, definitely. I think African music as a whole, we're seeing it more. It wasn't just 2010, right? It's now on a global stage, especially with, when we're looking at social media and some of the trends as well. It's a lot of African music, and it's really exciting. So with that in mind, I would say, where do you see the future of African music on a global stage maybe, and what excites you?
It's already on a global stage.
Yeah.
I think it just grows. It's just going to grow. And I think it's also, like Victor was saying, it's the appreciation within the continent for what the continent has. And I think that the more we produce albums like this, where it's collaborative, or it's just, finding your own voice within your space and being brave enough to not just go for, pop culture and what's out there, but to produce something that may not be popular at the time, but that may document where you are and go into, townships and find what music is. And I've got, in studio, we have a whole 2 rows of musicians who are doing just that at the back here, who are writing music in that context. And I think that the more we have musicians that do that, the more that opens up the musical space in the world.
All right, beautiful. We're going to take in one more track now. We actually have two tracks to play for you. So this one is called Moments with You. Would you like to introduce it or tell us a little bit about the track before we play the track?
This is a strange story because I wrote this in, I think, my final year of my undergrad B.Mas degree. And I remember reading the comments of the examiner, and he said, "Nice song in the context of jazz," and it just shattered me. I thought, I'm never going to be a jazz writer, blah, blah. And I actually thank him because I think it made me work really hard at not being anything but me. So this, and I never recorded the song, so this is the first time we recorded it, and it's Moments with You.
Seems to be time I lightly spent. Can't help thinking that you found somebody new. Don't you know that love's a hard road? Sometimes lonely, often far too long. Still, it's worthwhile when you find a love that's true. It's just stolen moments with you.
track called Moments with You. All right, the audience enjoying that one. You're listening to Talk at 7 on Lotus FM. We are with Dr. Natalie Rungan and Victor Dey Jr. talking about their album African Breyani. So I saw a lot of heads bobbing in the audience. But Dr. Natalie Rungan, is that a PhD in music?
It's a PhD in music.
What was your, woohoo, and definitely woohoo. What was your thesis about?
Advancement of jazz education in high schools.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and that is exactly what you're doing.
100%.
All right, so you are the head of music at DHS.
Correct.
Okay, so that's where I saw the most amount of head bobbing happening at the back with the young gents there. So my producer is behind you boys. So I want to hear from you. What do you think about the album? About Ma'am? What do you think about Ma'am? Don't feel shy. Let me know what you're thinking about the album. Oh, it feels just like class. Ma'am, help me out here.
Exactly, they're passing the mic.
So shy,
I don't
boys.
be shy. Skippy, come on, Skippy.
Skippy. Yippee for Skippy.
Yeah, personally, I think I can speak for the rest of us when I say it's an amazing experience to be here, listening to our incredible teachers' work, and it's just as amazing as this album is. It's only a small part of what she has taught us, because she teaches us more than just the music. But yeah, it's just great to be here. Thank you.
Wonderful. Skippy, before you sit down.
His name is Latita. We call him Skippy because he's the captain of music.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right. Well, now even me, I know you as Skippy, right? So even if I see you somewhere, I'll be like, Skippy. Okay, tell us, what is Natalie Ma'am like as Ma'am?
You can tell them, it's fine.
To put it in one word, she's like a very good, more than one word. She's a very good, strict mother.
Oh, a very good strict mother.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Do you concur?
I concur. Music is a discipline.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, thank you so much, gents. And, is there someone else who'd like to chat as well? Hi there, who do we have? We have one more coming.
Oh, that's my first child.
So the last song Natalie did share with us, as I'm revealing my age.
Oh, wait, hang on. Tell us why, who you are, why you're the first child.
My name is Tuli Lizama, Durban-based vocalist.
And
that
husky
right
voice.
there is my voice lecturer. Thank you so much. So I wanted to say the last song she did share with us as NU Voices, then Natal University. So it was part of our repertoire, and I could remember every lyric, every rhythm.
I taught you
Well done, mother.
Thank you, my child.
Beautiful. Natalie, what is maybe one piece of advice that you wish that you had starting out?
Don't listen to everybody. No.
That's fine.
No,
if that is.
I think, I've had many wise people around me, and I think that just don't be afraid to be you would be the thing that I would go back and tell myself, because I think identity is something that we all struggle with and grapple with at different spaces and times in our lives. And because when we're younger, it matters more and carries more weight about what the masses think. Not that I don't care what the masses think about what I write now. I think it's just, I write it for the sake of the art that it creates, and then allow it to find the people that it needs to find.
Yes, all right. And then, Victor, for you, any advice that you wish that you had when you started out?
At the top of the list would be get out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone is nice. It's warm, it's safe, it's sweet. You're a master of the comfort zone, but then you don't learn anything new. And so it's getting out of the comfort zone that, puts you in new experiences, gets you to try a punch, a little bit above your weight. And it will come with frustration because, every new thing takes time. You don't get it immediately. I'm always frustrated with myself in my practice sessions because I'm always punching, above my weight. But after a while, new avenues start to open up and you start to hear things a bit differently, and then you're a better musician and a better person for it. So it's get out of the comfort zone.
And that's really good advice for anyone, really, in any profession. So thank you both for sharing this album with us a day before it is meant to release. It is an exclusive preview before the official release. How special is it, or was it, for you to share African Breyani in this intimate setting, and then extend it as well to our live Facebook audience in quite an elaborate way that we're doing this evening? Thank you for choosing Lotus FM. And it's been wonderful to have the both of you here. Why did you choose this manner?
It kind of found us because, we were looking at venues to have a listening party. And I think for me, why I wanted that is because when you drop an album, people listen to 10 seconds, even if they get to 10 seconds of your songs. And I thought we've put so much into this. And I want to use this opportunity to say this to a lot of the musicians who are listening, people in general who are listening to things. I tried every avenue possible to find funding for this album. I found nothing. But I think that it made me realize that we, sometimes we base things on a financial, we need money to do this money. And we need resources is not just money. It's friendships. And, when I look at what we have, and I think it's an international album, and we've had no backing to do this, and it just came together in the way that it did. It's amazing. So it just has driven me into a different space, to not let those limitations hold you back from doing things that you really want to do. And I think even here in this space of having a live audience, because I know the live audience that is here because we've invited a lot of them, and the education of music and streaming, I was saying to Shaastra as we're sitting here, for every stream that we get, it's probably 0.001 cent. So by the time we see anything back from that, it's like, oh my gosh. So I want to educate a little bit of the listening audiences and the ones that I hear. Every time you post something onto Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, there's this little musical icon on the top that allows you to attach music. Please attach our music, because we get paid another cent for it. Don't attach the other ones that you don't know. If you know the person, it doesn't have to just be my music. But if you know a person that produces music and you are putting on a, a photograph or something, attach their music. We get the 1 cent.
Okay, all right. We will keep that in mind. Thank you. All right. Victor, being part of Lotus FM this evening and having a South African audience, how has this been for you as well, this entire process of being part of African Breyani? Talk to us a little bit about that and this evening's experience for you.
Oh, I feel very special. Thank you very much for having me. And about the African Breyani experience, it was a series of special experiences in South Africa, in Ghana, even in New York City for me. And it was very, very interesting, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I learned a lot from it, and I think I'm better for it moving forward.
Beautiful. Victor, I can tell you're a man of few words, and you're making an effort for us. I appreciate it.
You got him right there.
Yeah. That's all right. How are you hoping, we just have one more track to play. This is the one that you told us about right in the beginning. It was He Didn't Choose Me, right? So this is the track that you wanted to play out with, and we're waiting for it. How are you hoping, after taking in this entire album, how do you hope we feel as we're heading home?
Hope. Somebody asked me what I want people to take away with them when they hear my music, and it's hope. Hope for whatever it is in your life that you waiting to happen. And through the song also, it's incredibly sad. It's his song that I wrote lyrics for, but I heard the sadness in it. Obviously, it was one of those heartbreaking moments in his life that he expressed through the song, and I had to, capture that in lyrics. But
there is a twist at the end that gives you that hope, and that is what I want people to take away from this album, also because of what it stands for, and like Les mentioned, that it is African Breyani. We want people to understand that we can live together, and that we do live together. It's not something that we're working towards. We do live together very happily, actually.
Yeah, and also just, one of the comments that we had earlier about African Breyani and it being a unifying source for us in Africa.
I'm thrilled. If everybody can listen to the song and think about that, then mission accomplished. Because at the time when we wrote it, I didn't think that we'd be in this space. But as things started to unfold, I was like, God, really? Can this happen at this time? And, I'm actually very happy that it has, because music has that power of bringing people together and without imposing anything on them. That is my hope and my prayer.
Beautiful. Victor, I know you're not willing to tell us your favorite, but I'm willing to tell you my favorite.
Please do.
You okay with that? Okay.
You okay with that?
Since we played it, I've had the title track African Breyani in my head the whole time, and I kind of want to play it again. I'll see if we can have any extra time. But what I wanted to ask you, Victor, is a beautiful album. I do know that last when we chatted to you a couple of days ago, you were busy with an orchestra or recording. So I would like to ask the both of you what next after African Breyani. So we'll start with you, Victor.
Victor?
Ooh. We will definitely find a way to work on some other things with a different theme this time. Don't ask me what that is. I don't have any idea as of now, but it will come when it comes.
All right, Natalie, I know it's unfair for the interviewer to ask this, like just after you've done a big project, you're releasing an album tomorrow, and I say, what's next, Natalie?
Oh, I've had it for years, so I'm on the
You're
next
ready
thing.
for it?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I'm there.
cool.
So the next album, so this one is done, and we will tour it, and we will give it some time, but it's actually a bilingual album that I've written already. It's an Afrikaans English album.
Oh.
And it's based on the poetry of an anti-apartheid activist, Victor Wessels.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody gave me the anthology in my hand, and as it landed in my hand, the immediate response was, can I write music for this? I did, and I hadn't spoken Afrikaans in years.
Yeah.
And
Someone in the audience said, oh, Victor, another Victor.
Yeah, no, it's not a Victor thing,
It's
trust
not-
me.
okay.
It just happened, I don't know.
Coincidence.
And the music just came, and it's very different from this, but as soon as we've given this some time, that's the next project that I will be doing.
All right, wonderful. So for people who want to listen to the album, to listen to African Breyani, releasing tomorrow, where do we find it?
Everywhere where there's digitally streamed music. Your choice, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Deezer, whatever.
Okay, and how can we continue supporting your music?
Well, I'm going to launch it I'm going to actually put it on my Bandcamp. So if you really want to support, you can buy it there. But otherwise, stream, your 1,000 streams will give me the $5. But I appreciate it. I really do. So, but stream because it does other things. So streaming does other things besides just paying us music. I think that if people just listen to our music and are affected by the music, it's not about the money all the time. It's about that music having influence in your life. And I appreciate everybody being here tonight because you've had influence in my life, which is why you're here. And music has connected me with every single person here tonight. And that is, I think, for me, the biggest blessing out of it.
Wonderful. We're not going to say goodbye yet because I want to play the song first and get a little bit of reaction afterwards because it's the song that you wanted to end the broadcast with, right? So introduce us to this track.
So you have to close your eyes, studio audience, and even the ones who are, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes for goodness sake. But if you're at home, it's one of those songs that just transports you into a space. It's Disney, it's just innocence when I listen to it. So we hope that it gets you there.
He didn't choose me, and it hurts. Was there someone else? I try to understand the reasons Was it something more? Was he keeping score? But I gave him everything. Is there something I'm missing? Was I living in a dream? This pain I feel, never thought this love would end. Were we meant to be just friends all this time? Was he ever mine? How I loved him so, he became my home. A love like this should grow, but I had to let him go. He didn't choose me, but he could. Why did I believe that I should be the one to love him? Why didn't he see I was enough? With a love so strong, how could this be wrong? There's an endless wandering, and my mind is searching for the answers that will end this pain inside, this broken heart of mine, the tears I cannot hide. But it's time, he didn't choose me, now I see it is clear. Love isn't always meant to be. I believe sometimes we love and then we learn, but it hurts. Sometimes we love and it's
That one called He Didn't Choose Me. A beautiful song. It almost gives you some, like you said, Disney, like Aladdin sort of vibes, right? Talk to us about it.
It's pretty.
it's
But it's
pretty.
so sad. It's incredibly sad, but it's just, it has something in it that gives you hope. And
Yeah.
I can't explain why, because it just does.
It's just it's a feeling.
It is a
right?
feeling.
All right. We also have some very special people in the audience this evening. We also have Ismail Mohammed, director of the Center for Creative Arts, as well in the audience this evening. Good evening, sir. How have you
Hi.
enjoyed the listening party?
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful listening and having a preview of the music before it launches tomorrow. I think it's incredibly relevant, it's timely, it's enjoyable, and it's inspiring. But I think what is most interesting about Natalie is she's a consummate professional in the industry, but she also has an incredible passion for education. And that marrying of the industry practice and the commitment to education is just what our country needs right now. But I think what is particularly important for me, and because I was the former artistic director of the National Arts Festival, is that your meeting in Grahamstown, Makanda, goes to show how important festivals are as platforms that catapult a whole range of initiatives for artists, and that we also have a number of festivals in KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban, and I think it's important that audiences and communities support local festivals as well, because that's where talent emerges, and that's where these kind of incredible networks of collaboration between South African artists and international artists can be incubated. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Beautiful. All right, so we just have 2 minutes before our next show begins. This has been a beautiful experience here on Lotus FM. Thank you for being with us, Natalie. Thank you as well, Victor. Victor, if I could just ask you for your final thoughts as we're wrapping up this evening. All the very best to the both of you for the release of African Breyani tomorrow. Thank you for sharing it with us here on Lotus FM on our Facebook page, live streaming as well. It's been an honor. Victor, thank you once again.
My pleasure. I'd like to thank everybody that came out. I mean, you could have been anywhere this evening, but you chose to be right where you are. And this is heartwarming. Thank you very much. And I wish you all positive vibes only. Peace.
Beautiful. Natalie, we hope that this has been everything that you hoped it would be. And we really wish you all the very best for this beautiful album. It has been so wonderful to be the first people to listen to this album, ladies and gents. What do you think about that?
Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
It's just been absolutely incredible and mind-blowing, and the amount of work that the two of you have put behind this, and the thought and care as well. You can feel it, you can see it as well. It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having us, and thanks everybody for coming through to be here at this very special moment in our lives. And musically, it's just been wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you once again to our guests. That's, of course, Dr. Natalie Rungan and Victor Dey Jr. Thank you to the launch of the album, the various organizations on board, and the Lotus FM marketing team, management, technical, and production team as well. Thank you for tuning in on our Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in on Lotus FM, on radio, and on streaming. We look forward to chatting to you again soon. This has been an exclusive listening party for African Breyani. My name is Shaastra Nagesar. Thank you for joining me on Talk at 7, and good night. Can we get a round of applause? Yay! Woohoo! Good night.